welcome everybody to the first meeting of 2024 for Grid Long Island 495 Group. We're so thrilled to have you with us, and we're going to just jump right in. So tonight is a little bit, we're going to restart for our second year and go back to the basics, which is Intro to Real Estate Investing 101. So we're going to cover some really basic topics, talk a little bit about who we are, what Grid is, and what we are out to achieve. So first off, I know a lot of folks, if you haven't heard us go, what is Grid? So Grid is a global real estate community built for investors and by investors. And what we are not is just a bunch of late night Instagram gurus. We're actually just two guys that are out there doing deals on a really local level, looking to share what we are doing with the world. And hopefully the intent is to partner with you. So, and our mission is to connect, learn from, and collaborate with like-minded people interested in building wealth and creating impact through real estate. And here at Grid, we meet typically first Tuesday of every month. You can find us at www.gridlongisland.com. And we welcome folks of all experience levels. So first deal, we've had folks, right, 0 doors, no properties owned, all the way up to undisclosed amount of wealth. 100 million or so, 50 to 100 doors. What's the future of Grid? This is the most exciting thing. So we are part of a global real estate community, and our future intent here is to have 1,000 communities, 2,000 leaders, create 10,000 financially free people, 100,000 millionaires, and the end goal is to have 1 million members. And so a couple things about our philosophy. So one, we believe your net worth is equal to your network. So investing in yourself and your people always generates the greatest returns. Leadership matters. Knowledge, connections, and resources are best found at the local level. Freedom of finances, time, and choice is our ultimate purpose. That's what we're here to do it for. And we firmly believe that together we can achieve more than we can on our own. So we're here to help our community build wealth and create a legacy through real estate. And so how do we do that? GRID is an acronym which stands for Grow Your Database, Relationships Transform Lives, Invest in People and Assets, Develop Leadership and Expertise. And if you want to find out more about who we are, go to www.gridinvestor.com. Leader intros. Who am I? Aside from being super tall, great hair, and really handsome, I'm Josh Whaley. I'm the Douglas Elliman Real Estate branch manager of the Babylon branch, and I'm also co-founder of this group. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Sean Morrison. I'm the owner of Benchmark Construction Management, Eastern Expediting, a permit expediting service company, Mill Pond Painting, and the co-founder of Grid Long Island 495 Group. I'm a real estate investor, work in construction, and partner with Josh here on lots of different projects.
Love it. So, Sean, why do we run this group, man?
So we're running this group so we are buying real estate for ourselves to create passive income for our future. So everything we're doing involves real estate, buying it, getting that rented, trading that to make a profit, eventually by performing real estate that puts off passive income for our future. So that's the whole thing right there.
Fantastic. In a nutshell, biggest part, what do I want to accomplish with you? Well, one is I want you to know everything that I know and more, and we want you to eclipse whatever that we create. So we're out here to give it all away. And so hopefully we give it away in slices and it will come back in loaves. And how can you connect with us? Telephone number.
516-906-7689.
631-404-8977, or again, www.gridlongisland.com. Important legal stuff. Throw that out there. What I am not an attorney. I am not an accountant. I am a real estate investor and a realtor. So we will come up with different scenarios and hypotheses. We invite you to take all of those things that we share with you and bounce them against the people that have the licenses to handle those questions. If you're ever in one of our groups, you're going to give us notice and permission to take photos. Think of real estate investing as a game. What's important when you're playing this game? You need to take it seriously. You have to understand that you're running a business and understand there are rules and levels to this game and real consequences and actions that come with it. So though it is a game with rules to be played and we want you to have fun with it, it is serious business. And so how do you win at this game? So you win by getting your passive income to exceed your monthly household expenses. And we call that the income flip. So once you reach that part, you're absolutely free to do whatever you want. How do you get to having your passive income pay for your household expenses? Really, you follow along the 7 levels.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, you can sign in and then come
So
up
the
front.
7 levels of
Okay.
wealth can
Yep,
apply
we're
to
just doing a
anyone
live.
looking to grow their real estate portfolio. And really, the goal is to learn the rules, build a business, and acquire investments. Then use that leverage to expand, outsource, make money with your money, rather than trading your time for money. So really, the end goal here is we are looking to buy back our life through income-producing assets. Probably everybody that has even talked about investing, or really their first maybe exposure to investing, will be Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, or cash flow quadrant. And all of us investors are really playing along and moving through these quadrants from employee to self-employed, business owner, and then really end up in the investor part. And so biggest part in the game, we're looking to go from an employee to a business owner, self-employed, investor, which is freedom. Let's define each one of those pieces. So what is an employee? So an employee is where most of us really understand. That's your 9-to-5ers, your paycheck on Friday, where you do a direct exchange of your time and talent for money. So there's some great aspects of that, where security, right? Get a paycheck every single Friday until you don't, right? But there are some downsides, right? You're limited in how much income that you can make based upon the life that you exchange for that income. And if that business goes upside down, that shuts off.
Yeah, your employment is controlled by someone else when you're in that employee's aspect.
Right. Where another good section of the population falls into is self-employed, right? Where they're the boss. So as most realtors, we're independent contractors. We are self-employed, which is great because there is additional ways that we can leverage our time and increase our dollar per hour throughput. We will give up a little bit of that security and consistency, but it is still, as a small business owner, the amount of income that you make is directly proportional to how hard you work. Next level is business owner. So business owner is where fewer people actually get to that level, where you do own your own business. But the key here is, can you disappear from that business and it function on its own?
We were actually having a small conversation about being in the self-employed and business. And I'm in the self-employed, entering into the business, but not ready to remove myself from being self-employed.
That's right.
I enjoy being the owner of my company. I like being hands-on. This is not something you have to force yourself into to get to the investor portion.
That's right.
So we're both at self-employed investors growing our business.
Correct. And then investor. Investor is really, that's where we all really want to be, where we're really sourcing the deal, providing the knowledge or the money to make that deal go, without actually doing a lot of the active stuff in a day-to-day. And so the game is to take the money that we have and multiply that money. Take that money and turn that money into more money. So I think in the beginning part of everybody's journey, first you really got to figure out, what quadrant are you in and where do you really want to be? And if you want to go from actively earning money to getting passive income, you have to do that through investments. It doesn't necessarily have to be through real estate. It could be through the stock market, dividend investment. It doesn't have to be through real estate, but I think more people make it through real estate than anywhere else.
Yeah, so for me, the reason I'm in it, I grew up in a family that was in construction, highly surrounded by real estate. I've watched my family use it in different aspects of their lives, and I've always wanted to be involved and have been fortunate to own real estate now and have it perform passively for me.
Fantastic. So, big part, where are you now? The first part in becoming an investor is you have to know your numbers, right? So you have to know your numbers, know your money and confront that number so that you can chart your path away to freedom. So when we say we're all out here to have our passive assets pay for, passive income pay for our household expenses, you can't get to that magic part without doing the math. So you have to have some bit of financial
and that math changes all the time.
That's right. Oh man. So you have to confront a couple things, right? Where's your money going? Where are you spending? Are you overspending? What expenses can be minimized or eliminated? Big part that changes a lot of folks is running your household like a budget. So our mentor and the creator of Grid, Rob Chavez, in the agent investor certification, may be a little extreme for a lot of folks, but he runs all of his businesses, closes the books on it every month, but he treats his household like a business as well. And he closes the books on his personal income every single month to see where that money is coming from. So the more transparency you have in that aspect, the better hold you can get on it and create a little bit more of like actionable goals. Most of the time, it's not as bad as you think it is, but you have to confront the number.
And for people that haven't put themselves on a great budget, when you start doing it and you start seeing that pile of cash grow and grow, it becomes addicting. And you're like, that wasn't as challenging as it seemed.
Right.
So everyone can get there. Put yourself on a budget.
Agreed. So step number 2, you got to learn a language and know what a deal looks like in your particular area. So as each month, you're going to hear a couple of these terms come back up over and over again. So cash on cash return. So the definition of that one is the rate of return or the ratio that calculates the total cash earned on the total cash invested in a deal, right? So sometimes we see deals where people are really only focused on, can I get a chunk of money, right? Not necessarily how much return am I getting on that little piece of money that comes in. And so as we go this year, Sean and I will share some of our frameworks and some of the deals that we've created and how owning these cash flowing properties really starts to compound and move back and forth. And you'd really be surprised that I think one of the misconceptions, people think they need this gigantic chunk of money. I'll start investing when I have this much money, right? When I have 200,000 or 300,000, but somebody that's got a small amount of money that puts it in play over and over again is going to beat out the person that's saving, right? Because you can't save your way to wealth. Yeah. You have to invest your way there. This was a game changer for us. Basic formula for fix and flip as being in the realtor realm or working with investors. People will send us deals right away, or they go, oh, this looks like a deal. It's a house that's just needs a lot of love. It's a disaster.
Needs only so much.
Right.
Take a look at it. You calculate the roof, all the other parts of what it actually needs, and when you look at your finance, your long hold, your short hold, or whatever you're doing, the idea is to be profitable on that. If you're trading it for a profit right away.
Absolutely.
So it all depends on what your position is with what you're doing with that property.
Correct. So follow us this year for our basic formula for fix and flip to see if it's a deal. That was a big game changer when you're getting deals that are coming through at scale. You need a very, very quick way to figure out, is this right? Is there any money in this? Is there fat in it? Do I even really need to show up? The other part is buy and hold. The 1% rule, we'll get into that one. You can Google that one straight out of the gate. Tough to find in this particular market, but the one-to-one rule is for your buy and hold properties, will that property rent on a monthly basis for 1% of the acquisition price? Tough to do in this particular type market, but if you find a one-to-one deal, buy it or send it our way. We'll buy it.
Yep.
Right. Number 3, step number 3, we're going to
go. We're buying one tomorrow.
That's right. We're closing tomorrow. So this is the big part. We're going to go through this later on in the year. Learn how to prospect, network, and market for deals. Because you can't buy anything if the phone isn't ringing, right? You got to figure out ways to get the phone to ring and deals to come. For all my realtor folks out there or anybody who's an investor, it's only 3 ways to find a deal. You're either going to network, prospect, or you're going to market for it. And no matter what business you're in, insurance, lending, real estate, doesn't matter. It's all about marketing. And for us real estate investors, you can do a very simple message as easy as, we buy houses. Right? That makes sense.
We've all seen those signs,
That's
right?
So we'll talk about later on in the year prospecting. You all heard like driving for dollars, making offers, calling agents, going on Zillow, finding them on the multiple listing service. We're going to also go into network. You'll find relationships matter. Relationships will change your life. Relationships will give you access. At any one time, I think we're only 2 relationships away from completely changing our life. So networking, as a complete introvert, networking is always terrifying for me, but it's been the best way that's led me to more deals and better relationships. The other one is marketing, right? Putting it out there and letting folks know what you're up to. You can't be a secret agent. You can't be a secret investor. It just won't work.
And you can't be a professional at all those. So like, for me, I outsource my marketing,
Right.
but I'm great at networking.
That's right.
So it's okay to partner with other companies to help you reach your goals and find that. And I found that hiring a good marketing company brings in so much business. It's amazing.
That's right. Yep. I think it's a marketing game. I hate networking. You're good at it.
I love it. I
good at
can't shut up.
talking.
I talk to everyone on the bus, everyone I meet. You look at me, I'm going to say hello.
I'm the worst. I don't want to look at anybody. I stare at my sneakers all the time. All right. Step number 4. I'm going to take all of this stuff. So there's 2 different types of income. There's active income, right? Just like going to work 9 to 5. That's your active stuff. You're going to trade time, energy, and expertise for money in exchange. And we do all of that active stuff so that we can buy rentals long term. Hopefully using what we call the BRRRR method. I know everybody, if you're on here, I'm sure you've heard of the BRRRR method before. We'll go right through it. And the BRRRR method stands for buy, renovate, rent, refinance, pull all of your money out, and then repeat it. So we say you don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to invest. You may only need a fair amount, a chunk of money that you can recycle over and over again using the BRRRR method. And
for people like, oh, that doesn't work in this market. It does. There are deals out there. Oh, you can't do this right now. The market's like, their deals are out there. You can find them. You have to find the right people, do the right marketing. The deals to BRRRR in this market can happen. Long holds, all of that. You just have to find them. They are there.
Number 5, grow a network of professionals to help you manage the portfolio. Like we said in the beginning, you can't do it alone. Even just doing a regular, say, retail real estate transaction takes 1 or 2 brokers, a mortgage professional, a surveyor, a title closer.
2 attorneys.
Right. There's this whole network of folks. So I always say your network is 100% relative to your net worth. And the better my network gets, the bigger my network becomes. So you'll need, right, as we said, agents, lenders, property managers, contractors, attorneys, Jesus Christmas, virtual assistants, all that good stuff. Again, use Grid. So we're out here in this world, so we have a network of folks that we use, and we're happy to refer you, but we've already figured it all out, cracked the code. If you want to know who the great professionals are across all these different pieces, just give us a call. Number 6, biggest piece. Do not wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. This is the most fantastic thing.
I love it.
The most simple graph in the world. But this is really the power of real estate, because real estate appreciates, we can depreciate it, and it gives us passive, or it gives us cash flow, passive income. So the only regret I have about buying real estate is that I didn't buy more earlier. Yep. That's really it.
And if you are wholesaling and flipping, you should still be having that as your long-term goal, is to be reinvesting in long-term holds.
That is right.
So you can get that cash flow out of these properties.
That is correct. So what's stopping you from investing? Let's bust some common myth. I would say it takes money to make money. True or false?
Yeah, false. So we had a quick conversation about that. So if you're someone that's like, oh, I found a deal, I just don't have the money, call us up. We'll partner with you. You need no money, we have it. We'll help you do the deal, and we'll all make some money together. So You do not need money. You can find the right people that have it. We have it. We'll partner with you.
Right. Crazy enough, I was in this mindset for sure. Money is bountiful. Deals are difficult to come by. So if you have a deal, but you're not sure how to work it all out, bring it to us. That's the hardest part. Number 2, I don't know enough. Right? You never will. So real estate is, I always say, it is constant mastery. And mastery is like climbing a mountain with no top. So the landscape, the rules, the cost of the money, all that stuff changes every single time. So if you're waiting to invest until you know it all, you're going to die and you're going to own nothing. All right? So information abounds. If you don't know something, it is out there.
Yeah,
So
most people are happy to share it with you.
that's right.
Ask, people will share the information, and we will as well.
Right. And if they don't want to share it, you're in the wrong crowd. Right. I don't have any connections. You're welcome. You do now. You have an entire network. So you can even go to gridfacebook.com. There is people in the Gridiverse, as we call it, all over the country that are asking the same questions that you have, sharing deals, lending money, out there celebrating each other's wins. And that's really the big piece, is we created a community where we want you to win. The last thing I say to everybody when I hang up the phone all day is, hey man, have a great day, go make a bunch of money. That's what we want to do. This is a community of folks where we are out there champions for each other to make a bunch of money and live a great life.
That's it.
That's it. What we really found, though, is that those three things, those excuses, really are just a mask of fear, which is just a lack of knowledge. Overanalysis, paralysis by analysis, right? So be smart, right? Because we said this is a game, but it does have real consequences. So you can't win every time, right? Eventually we will lose.
Yeah. Part of the rules to this game is there are a lot of professionals that are involved, and if playing that game doesn't mean there's profit, they won't even let you play.
That's right.
So there is quite some protection from letting you even start at go.
That's right. Inaction. This is a big part. I say messy action is better than perfect inaction. And lack of community. I understand. You need to get into the right community for sure, which goes into number 5. So bad advice. So I say proximity matters. Surround yourself with people that are really doing it. If you want to make a bad choice, ask a bunch of people what you should do about that decision. So get in the right scheme. This is, honestly, it's scary stuff. Especially your first deal can be a little overwhelming. The first time I bought a property, my hand shook, and I'm in the business. I was like, oh, scary stuff, right? It's a big deal. So get in there. I think there will always be some level of trepidation to it, but we're here to minimize your risk and make sure that you're making as smart as choices you possibly can with the information that we know at the moment.
That's it.
Sound it? All right. What else is there to learn? A lot. Over this year, we're going to take you on the journey how to evaluate rental and flip properties, estimate costs, and figure out your cash flow. We're going to teach you how to use some of these creative financing ideas like subject to seller financing, hard money. We're going to go into the STR, or short-term rental business, dig into that. My favorite part, I am a real self-proclaimed real estate nerd. I love everything about real estate. I don't have any hobbies. All I do is real estate. This is one of my favorite parts, is how to use the tax code. The first slide was real estate's a game. This is a giant game, right? So the tax game is fantastic, because remember, it's not only what you make, it's what you keep. Biggest part, how to structure yourself properly to protect yourself. So we're out here to create all this stuff. We amass all these properties. We create this big portfolio. Very easy. You have something, people want a piece of it. So we'll teach you how to structure your business appropriately, and then we'll get you to the right legal minds that do this for a living to protect you. So questions, insights, I hope if you can go into the comment sections, ask us any questions that you have. We're here to help. 631-404-8977.
516-906-7689.
And we want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you being with us. If you want to connect with us, Grid Facebook group, www.gridfacebook.com. You can get us on YouTube at Grid Investor, Grid Local Events. Biggest part, go take massive action. Thanks so much for being with us. Much appreciated.